Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new here. My name is Katie and I post fashion and lifestyle videos. Today's video is going to be all about how to romanticise winter. I feel like a lot of us struggle during winter to find the energy and motivation to do anything. Some of us might struggle with low moods and the want to just stay inside and hibernate. Whilst obviously hibernating and staying inside is fine at times, we can't let it take over our lives just because it's winter. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a few ways on how I like to romanticise winter to make it feel a little bit sweeter and not so dull. The long dark days can feel so horrible and I really think you just need to make the most of what you've got during this season. There is nothing we can do about the horrible weather. It's going to be dull. It's going to be raining more often. You're not going to see the sun for probably 5 months, if not more, especially if you're in the UK. So we just need to accept that reality and get on with things. And romanticising your life is such a great way to do that and get you out of that slump. If you know me and you've been following me on here or on Instagram for the last couple of years, then you will know how important it is for me to have self-care days. I cannot stress this enough. I'm all about wellness, I'm all about self-care. You need to look after yourself before you can look after anybody else, and I really stand by that. So one of the main ways I would say to romanticise your life during winter, or just during any time of the year, but especially during winter, is allowing yourself self-care days. So pampering yourself a little bit more, just giving yourself a little bit extra love on those days where you just feel a bit low. It doesn't even have to be a whole day, it could just be a pamper morning or evening. I really love to do face masks at least once a week of an evening, or having a bubble bath using some really luxurious products. Some of my favourite products to use in the bath is anything from Neom. I absolutely love their bath foams. They are so luxurious and smell amazing. It literally makes the bathroom smell so good for days afterwards. I also love products from Lush. My favourites are the bubble bars rather than the bath bombs because you get more uses out of them. One bubble bar can give you like 5 or 6 baths, which is incredible. Of course, their bath bombs are amazing as well. So I would highly recommend you go and have a look on both of those websites to see what you can find, and maybe just treat yourself to something a little bit more luxurious to make your pamper evenings a little bit nicer. Another great way to have a bit of a pamper day or evening at home is doing your own manicure or pedicure. I always do my own gel nails at home. Not only has this saved me so much money in the long run, it's just so nice to have a little bit of time to yourself and just pamper yourself a little bit. You could set it up like your own little salon if you wanted to go all out. And I like to just put one of my favourite TV shows on in the background. It's so much fun being able to choose different colours to play around with. If you are new to gel nails, one brand that I would really recommend is Neo Nail. They have some of the best quality gel nail varnishes, and I've found that this brand lasts so much longer than any of the other ones that I have. I could get like a 3 to 4 week manicure out of one of these gel polishes, and that's a home manicure, which is insane. So I would definitely recommend that brand. You can get them on Amazon, so I will link one down in the description box below. But yeah, definitely giving yourself a little bit extra love is a massive way to romanticise the winter. The next thing that I love to do is cooking or baking, especially trying something new, so making a new recipe. I really love to experiment in the kitchen. Me and my fiance really enjoy cooking together, so if you and your partner are the same, it's just a nice way to spend some quality time together and make a good meal. During winter, the best thing is to focus on cosy comfort foods. So anything in the slow cooker, stews, casseroles, anything warming like a good roast dinner. That is one of my favourite meals during winter. Soup as well, I've got a soup maker, so that's a great way to just chuck everything in if you're not much of a cook. They are fabulous. You can make such a good healthy soup without having to put hardly any effort in, which is great. And then in terms of baking, you could maybe try something like sticky toffee pudding, muffins, banana bread, bread in general, anything like that, where it's just warm and comforting food. I think that's a great way to romanticize winter and also get on your cooking game a little bit. If you don't cook so much and you want to, why not start up now? Winter is definitely a good time to start new hobbies and just experiment with different things, which does lead me on to my next thing, which is taking up a new hobby. Like I said, winter is the perfect time to do this because you're probably at home a lot more and not going out so much with your friends, family, especially after work, those weekday evenings. You're probably not going out as much as you would in the summer because it is dark a lot earlier. So the evenings feel really long, but also really short at the same time. It's like a weird thing during winter. But taking up a new hobby is a great thing to do during winter, and it will romanticize those long winter nights for you. Some of my favourite things to do in the evenings is reading, pamper nights of course, maybe doing a puzzle, colouring, maybe knitting or painting if you're more of a creative type. And I feel like it's one of those things where you probably always say that you want to do this stuff, but never really get around to it. So why not start now during winter when we're not doing as much, especially during these first few months of the year. There's not as much going on, so it's a great time to start a new hobby. The next massive thing for me to romanticize winter is 100% making your space cozy and inviting. There is nothing better than coming home from work in the evening when it's already dark at like 4 or 5 o'clock, lighting a load of candles, putting all the lamps on, turning on the heating, or maybe lighting the fire if you have one, and just making it super cozy. I absolutely love doing this every single night during winter. If you have been following me for a while, you will know that having a cozy space is something really important to me. Coziness is just the best. Making somewhere cozy just makes life better, and this is what romanticizing life is all about. It is just making those everyday things just a little bit better. Also, blankets. Just have blankets everywhere. Even if you're not using them, just having like a blanket basket or blankets thrown over the sofa, it just makes it feel so much cozier. And obviously they are there if you do get cold, and I love to also be able to offer guests blankets if they come over. It's just such a nice way to make your space feel really cozy and inviting, and that is definitely what you want during winter because it is cold outside. You want to be able to come in and just feel warm and fuzzy inside. If you can do this in every single room of your house, even better. If not, just make it the main space that you're in, whether it's the lounge or your bedroom. So I'm aware all of the things that I've mentioned so far are all indoors, but I do want to emphasise the fact of how important it is to make sure you're still getting outdoors, still getting lots of fresh air and vitamin D as and when you can, because this is the time of year when we get sick more. We're probably lacking in vitamin D, and it's not so nice going outside. So you're kind of put off by going outside, but you still do need fresh air. So you really do need to make the most of the daylight hours and just get outside when you can, whether that's just going for a short walk during your lunch break at work maybe, or making the most of the weekends when you can get outside all day and just be outside for a whole day. Just taking pleasure in the cold. I know that sounds a bit weird to some people, but personally for me, autumn is actually my favourite season. I love how the seasons change. I love all the colours outside. Obviously winter isn't so pretty. Maybe you live somewhere where it snows a lot. That is gorgeous, and I am very jealous if you are in a place where it snows a lot, because that will make it so much easier to romanticize winter because it is just beautiful. If you are in a place where it doesn't really snow and it just looks really bleak outside, I think one major thing is to really take in your surroundings, take in all the smells, all the sounds of the birds, the sounds of the leaves probably still crunching beneath your feet, the sound of the rain on your umbrella. Anything like that is a way to romanticize the cold days. And also making sure that you're going somewhere that you love rather than just going out in your garden or just going around the block, around your neighbourhood. travel somewhere you actually really love to go and make a day of it or an afternoon of it. Because again, that way you're just basically putting in a little bit extra thought and effort into what you're doing. And I think that is kind of what romanticising your life is all about, and that's how you do it. It's just putting a bit extra effort into the things you're doing and looking at your whole surroundings. One place that I love to go during winter outside is the beach. I just think the beach in winter just hits different. It's so nice to go for a walk. Even if it's windy, you're blowing the cobwebs away. It feels really refreshing. Especially on a sunny day, that is the perfect kind of day to go. A winter sunny day to the beach. You cannot get better than that. But even if it's not sunny, it's so lovely to go down to the beach, listen to the sound of the waves, maybe take your book and stop for a little bit on a bench or just sat on the beach reading and just taking a moment to relax. I do find the beach is such a relaxing place. And you'll probably find that there's not many people down there, especially on a bleak day. Not many people are going to go to the beach during the winter, so it's always super quiet. So being able to have somewhere so peaceful and relaxing actually be completely quiet, it's just so nice. The final thing to romanticise your life is probably a little bit strange, but again, it's something that you probably don't do as much because you just can't be bothered and you want to hibernate and just sit and be lazy. But it's super important to make sure that you're exercising. So why not romanticize your workout routine? One thing that I always do is schedule in my workouts for the week. This makes sure that I stay on track and I'm actually getting in my exercise every single week. I am someone who does go on how I'm feeling as well though. I'm not going to force myself to go to the gym if I'm really not feeling it, because I know for a fact that I will not enjoy it and I will just make myself feel worse. So if I've scheduled to go to the gym and do something on a day and I'm really not feeling like it and I do just want to go home and hibernate, I do that. I listen to my body, and I think that is also so important. Just as important as exercise is, but something that I have been seeing going around on social media this winter is something called the winter arc. So it's basically using the months of winter to really knuckle down on your workout routine and get super fit, prioritize your health and your nutrition, so that when you come out into spring and summer, you're basically feeling your best and probably looking your best. Even if you've not lost weight or that isn't your goal, you're still going to look your best because you would have prioritised your health from the inside out. And I think that's such a nice way to romanticise your workouts, is doing this winter arc. I've not necessarily been doing it on purpose, but I feel like it has kind of turned out that way just because of when I joined the gym. I think it's super important to make sure that you're scheduling in workouts that you actually enjoy and look forward to. Not everybody is the same. You're not necessarily going to enjoy the same thing that you see everyone else doing online. One example of this is everybody seems to be getting on the running trend at the moment. I despise running, so I'm not going to do that. A few things that I love to do that maybe you would as well, that you'd like to maybe experiment with: weightlifting at the gym, swimming as well. It's such a good form of cardio, but it's also really relaxing for me. Dance workouts at home. MK Fit is a great one to go with. She is so positive and happy and you just feel good when you do her videos. I will link her channel in the description box below for any of you that might be interested. Yoga, Pilates, they're all really nice and grounding and relaxing, but you're also getting in, again, a really good workout. But maybe taking it a little bit easier and slower. Maybe that's something that you'd like to prioritise during winter, and maybe that's a way that you could romanticise your winter workouts, is just taking it a little bit slower and opting for yoga or Pilates instead of cardio. Just going back to the swimming as well, if you are part of a gym that has a swimming pool and sauna and everything, why not combine the pamper day with the workout? Perfect match. I love doing this. It's such a good way to have like a cheap spa day. So my lovelies, that is all of the ways that I would try to romanticize winter. I do every single one of these things and it really does help. Although I do have to say, I always get to the end of winter craving spring. I just think because in the UK we don't see the sun very often during these winter months, it can get so dull, and it's so nice when you do see the sun and blue skies. It is like the best thing ever. But you can definitely make the most of winter. It happens every single year, so we can't just go into this slump every single year. It is really not good for us. And these tips and tricks that I have shared with you today will hopefully help you to not get into that winter slump every single year. I really hope today's video will help you out and I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure to give it a like. Let me know any other tips that you've got on how you might romanticize winter. If you would like to see more videos from me in the future, make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you're not already. Also make sure to turn on the notification bell so that you are notified every single time I upload a new video. If you would like to see even more from me and keep up with my day-to-day life, get some more fashion tips and just see how I romanticize everyday little things, definitely head over to my Instagram, Katie Livian Rose, and give me a follow over there because I do post a lot more often over there. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!